insurance is also taking care of that as well. So yeah, so 3 different types of
Hi guys, it has been so long since I posted on this channel, and the last time I spoke to you guys I was in the first year of my PhD, and now I'm in my 2nd year, so it's almost a year since I've been on YouTube. I know I was posting consistently and I ended up taking a break because I was just overwhelmed with a lot of things, but now I'm back and I'm better and I do plan on sticking around. So I'm back with another day in the life. I'm actually getting started with my day pretty late because I also just started therapy today, which I'll get onto in another episode. Going off on a tangent here, when I was in my 1st year and I was speaking to people in older years, namely like mostly 2nd year, a lot of them were speaking about how they decided to start their therapy journey, and I was literally just like, that's never gonna be me. Like, I don't need therapy. Who needs therapy, right? But genuinely, like, the older I get, I just feel like looking after all aspects of you, not just the physical, is so important, and I think a PhD has really highlighted that to me. So I'm starting my journey. I'm really happy about that. And you don't have to go through the most traumatic things to necessarily accept or go to therapy. I think it's important for literally any walk of life. I know there's a big stigma, especially in BAME, specifically black communities, surrounding mental health. You don't have to be depressed, you don't have to have anxiety or any of those kinds of things to go to therapy. But back to what I should be doing today. I am just getting started a bit later than I normally would, but as we kind of know by now, I do tend to make up for missing time anyway. So follow me on my journey, a day in the life of working from home as a 2nd year PhD student whose project is entirely computational. Since the last time I spoke to you guys, there's not really much change to my desk setup, which is kind of messy at the moment. You can't really see it on camera, but there's quite a bit of dust everywhere. I'm having to have some work done in my flat, courtesy of my landlord. So there was black dust everywhere. They did tidy up everywhere except for my desk. Like, I can see that they gave this a wipe down, but it's just not clean basically. So I'm gonna start off by cleaning my desk. But in terms of technology, everything's pretty much the same. Still have my, I think it's a 49-inch monitor. Actually my Mac has changed, so this is a new Mac. I'll put the details on the screen, but the Mac that I had before was this one, still both Pros, but it was the one that had the little touch bar at the bottom, and honestly I'm kind of sad to see it go. I personally like the touch bar. I know many people don't. I love it. I absolutely love it, and in fact I would have bought the exact same laptop again had it been available on my university's website. So with this laptop, this was actually given to me by one of my co-supervisors because I did have a laptop. Let me show you the laptop I had. This is it. It is literally so heavy and so thick. It is old. Like, this is the 2012 Mac. It's even got a crack there. Like, old. I haven't felt a laptop this heavy in years. I can't believe I used to carry this around all the time. It doesn't genuinely even look that thick on camera, but if I compare the two, very different. I think I'm actually making it a lot worse. Guys, I'm so silly, seriously. Oh my god, I can't believe I caught that on camera. I hope that dries. So I have done a quick clean. I should also just say, like, I haven't done my hair or anything. I do plan on going out this evening with my friend. So I'm just not going to do my hair till then. So you guys are just going to have to look at me the way I am. You're going to have to take me as I am till then. But I'm just going to get started on stuff. And I feel like this video doesn't have anything special or specific in mind. I just wanted to give you guys a general update on how life is going right now. I feel like this time last year I was so apprehensive. I had huge major imposter syndrome, and I feel like that's a common thing for people, especially in academia, to feel. And you always see those videos like, you know, everyone experiences imposter syndrome, blah blah blah, but it genuinely just doesn't feel like everyone actually is in person. But I've had an amazing experience and so much growth over the past year. I feel most of my imposter syndrome came from the fact that I was going into bioinformatics as a PhD, not having done bioinformatics properly at bachelor's or master's, because both of them were biomed for me, and the modules on bioinformatics were quite small. Also, it's an area of science that I wasn't familiar with very much. Like, I haven't really done evolution, especially of course at this level, but just in any capacity I think during my biomed courses. So it was a steep learning curve, and I knew that I would get to the point where I'd feel comfortable, but you still can't help but to feel like an imposter. I'm happy to announce I no longer feel like an imposter, and I'm genuinely so happy to be here doing what I'm doing. Over the past year, I went to my first conference and then went to my first international conference. I haven't yet presented at either, but hopefully I get to present at this year's conferences. I have been able to meet collaborators in other spaces, as in other cities. I have done courses in other cities. I even went to University of Cambridge for a course and got to explore the city while I was there a little bit. I even have a University of Cambridge library card, because if you know anything about University of Cambridge, there you can apply for, technically you can apply for library cards from most universities, especially if you live in that kind of area, especially as a student. But their library is quite renowned because of the historical context for it. They have a lot of historical texts available there, not for you to obviously take home, and some of them are locked away in like glass cabinets and things, but I just wanted to have a little nosy around. A lot of tourists in Cambridge, as you can imagine. That was pretty fun. There's just loads of things that have happened in the past year that I'd like to share with you guys. I'm also in the process of setting up a Black student network. We're still deciding the name, so this video probably won't come out till the name has been decided. Myself and my friend who's currently in 3rd year. Everything is just amazing right now. Of course there are highs and lows of a PhD, so I'm taking it as it comes, but I need to do some work, so let's go on to that. I'm still using the same languages that I told you guys last year, so I'm still using R, Python and Bash. The past 2 months I've mostly been using Python, but that's only because the kinds of things I'm doing, you can choose to do in whatever language you would like to, whereas before when I was doing certain functions I needed libraries that were only in R, and some programs that I need to run you can only run using the terminal, thus only using a bash script. So I'm in my comfort zone right now, which is probably another reason why I feel super great, but I do think that it will be important for me to not just solely rely on Python, where I'm a lot more comfortable and confident. I should try to branch out and maybe use this time to learn another language. It's just obviously R is like stats heavy, and I'm not yet entirely comfortable with stats. The Cambridge course that I spoke to you previously in this video about, that was a stats course. I haven't gotten to a point where I can use a lot of stats yet in my project, but when that time comes it's going to be hard. But yeah, I just think it would be worth learning another language while I'm here, maximizing my learning, really. Got some leftover Chinese from last night. So this is Singapore fried rice, salt and chili shredded chicken and curry sauce. So I'm gonna have that for lunch. It is quite late, it's already 4:30ish, almost 5. It's just the day's flown. I haven't eaten yet, so this is, I guess, my lunch. I'm sure after I eat this I'm gonna end up being hungry pretty soon. I can do a cost breakdown of how much I spend from my PhD stipend each month, because I really don't often do takeaways. This is only because I'm waiting for my groceries to come, which should come within the next few hours. Sometimes come early, so hopefully they do. But I literally just have nothing to cook, like nothing at all. So last night I had Chinese, and today I'm having Chinese, I guess, yeah.
Have the mango. You can have it all.
You have it.
You can have it all.
The ones in the big soup are enough for you?
Nope. mangoes just remind me of you.
What are you eating? That looks nice.
It's a falafel wrap.
Oh, it's the one from earlier.
Are you aware of my addiction?
No, but I have heard you mention falafel a couple of times now.
I've actually had a problem. There was a time in my life. They have this small boutique falafel place around the office, and I'm obsessed with it. I would go every single day that I was in the office without fail and have a falafel wrap because it is so good.
Practices?
But how what do I do?
You can stretch instead.
I regularly go to where it's like, this is the time that I use to like audition like for months. Probably since November.
So I'm here with my date, Ella. Having a little girls' night, a somewhat healthy dinner. You.
With the angles.
No. Code is finally running, so I can go to bed now. It literally is 10:30, and I'm going into the office tomorrow, and I have a one-on-one meeting with my supervisor. So I'm very happy that by the time I wake up, there should be results. I obviously worked a bit longer than I anticipated today because, you know, I'm all about work-life balance, but it was very well worth it, especially because I'd made some mistakes the past few weeks. Which meant even though my scripts were working, it wasn't producing the exact results that I wanted. So now I think it should be producing exactly what I want. We'll just see when I wake up tomorrow. Fingers crossed.